Welcome to Ice in the Bible, the summer gathering, week 1, lucid dreaming. The question for today is, tell us what you think dreaming is for. Do you dream? Everyone dreams. You dream during the day and you dream at night. During the day dreaming, you are aware that you are dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when you are aware while you're dreaming in your sleep. So I'm glad you could join us today. So what's happening in the sky? You can just look to the sky as a quick snapshot, or you can watch these chess moves to see how things are going to lovingly unfold. The feminine energy just got hotter. Look out, world. We are destined for unity as the matriarchal system takes a front stage for the next couple of millennium. So I just wanted to share, we do remember that when Uranus went into Taurus in June, beginning of June, one thing I didn't notice is at the exact same time Mars entered into Aries. So that's a beautiful thing, right? Because we talked about how Uranus, which is that which holds up other people's worlds, is moving into Taurus, which is the Earth and Mother. So that means there's the feminine within us is going to want to make change. That's the bull in the china shop. And we did talk about how when Taurus, that's why they have Taurus, the bull, in front of the stock market. Right? Because when the bull, things light up Taurus in astrology, it's very evident. So then Mars came into Taurus on July the 12th, and things have been heating up, right? And then on July 15th, 2 days ago, Mars and Uranus, they aligned, but they aligned with Algol. And what's Algol? Algol is the brightest star in Andromeda, which is the woman in chains. So this is quite the story where you're having people's world's going to be uplifted. Uranus is going to go back and forth across this energetic cusp for a year and a half. So things are going to be a lot different in a year and a half. Last time Uranus did this was in the early 40s, where people gained a lot of abundance and people lost abundance. And you can see that that's happening, but this time it's a little bit different because the energies are way more feminine due to the Phoenix rising. So this is quite the alignment that just happened. And you can see that the center stage on the political scene, they're doing things that mimic. Remember, J.P. Morgan, Chase Morgan's famous saying was, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. But it's different now. So whether you're aware of what's happening around you or not, it's going to be one world united, not one world order, one world united. It's happening. So much love is emanating from our inner core outward. The truth is out. Cases are being won in the courts that take down the karmic control mechanisms. The control mechanisms that are governments. I think they're corporations acting as governments. And a jubilee has started, otherwise known as the fall of Babylon. So you can see that there are entities out there that have been here since 1926, whose only responsibility is to keep the commerce going between all the countries. Well, they just wrote a document saying that standard way for a bank to start liquidation. So banks are going to start liquidating. But we run the world anyway. The labor does. You're going to listen to the truth now. Ladies, men all around the world that are marching into so-called government offices, which are corporations, and telling them the truth. And so you're going to see a lot of change. Okay, that's what's happening in the sky. So synchronistically, Tally sent this 1-minute clip on the contract of your soul's journey.
If I told you that before you were born, you made an agreement called the soul contract. This contract outlines your life's journey, challenges, and relationships. These soul contracts are stored within the Akashic Records, the cosmic library that contains everything that has happened in the past, is happening in the present, or will happen in the future. Imagine an entire blueprint of your life, crafted with the wisdom of your higher dimensional self. This blueprint details all the lessons you need to learn, the people you will meet, and the experiences you must undergo to fulfill your soul's purpose. It's a roadmap designed for your spiritual evolution, guiding you towards growth and enlightenment. But there's even more. These contracts often include karmic relationships, souls you've encountered in past lives with unfinished business to resolve. The challenges you face are not random, they're deliberate choices to foster growth, resilience, and wisdom. Accessing the Akashic Records can reveal these soul contracts, providing insight into life's purpose. Through specific meditation and spiritual practices, this repository can be accessed. What do you think your soul contract would say?
So it's a beautiful message. I wouldn't have made it as dramatic as they did, but it's a beautiful message. I mean, Psalm 82:6, I said, ye are gods. So the question becomes, do you know it's you that draws up the contract with every action and image that you make? It's not like you leave the visible, then you go meet somebody and you drop a contract. No, it's happening every moment while we're here. So you can resolve everything now, and it's with forgiveness and love. So this is very well done. Just I would redo that and not make it so dramatic, because it's a beautiful thing. We're being reeled back into love. Okay, so here's a 3-minute video on lucid dreaming.
What is a lucid dream? A lucid dream is a dream in which you know that you're dreaming as the dream is happening. So you're sound asleep, sleeping in your bed, but in your mind, you have become self-aware and had that moment of, aha, this is all a dream. Once that happens, you gain access to the most powerful virtual reality simulation in existence, the human mind. A lucid dream is not just a really vivid dream, but you'll be forgiven for thinking it was because of that term lucid. You know, the term lucid connotes clarity, clear seeing, whereas that's not what actually makes the dream a lucid dream. What makes it lucid is fully conscious awareness. The fact that you're in the dream, your consciousness switches back on, and you have the realization that what you are experiencing is your mind. You become conscious within the unconscious. The realms of possibility that open up once that occurs are huge. But before we move on, let's just clarify that. A lucid dream is not just a really vivid dream. A lucid dream is not an out-of-body experience. This is where an element of your subjective sense of self or consciousness dislocates from the physical body and is experiencing a universal mind stream seemingly separate from itself. I know that seems quite far out, but that's not what lucid dreaming is. And a lucid dream is not that half awake, half asleep state. That would be the hypnagogic state, and we'll learn more about that later. In a lucid dream, you're sound asleep, but part of your mind is woken up and you're going, aha, I'm dreaming. And for a lot of people, the first thing they choose to do is to fly through the sky. So they put their hand up like that, like Superman, boom, and they fly through the sky. Now, when you do that, you have made a request to the dreaming mind. You have said, hey, dreaming mind, look, I'm like Superman. I'm making a request that I would like to fly. And every time you fly, that request is being met. We are not controlling the dream. We're making requests. But with practice, pretty much any request you choose to make in the lucid dream can be met. Whether to fly through the sky, whether to send healing energy to another, whether to explore your internal archetypes, or even do your meditation within the lucid dream, Once you become lucid, the options are literally limited only by your imagination.
Okay, so that's pretty much explains it. There's a lot of coaches out there, a lot of free videos out there on how to make it happen if you're interested in doing it. Me personally, I just choose to let what's around me to show me, because to me, it's the same thing. As I was editing this slide to add the meaning of lucid and where it stems from, guess who shows up? This is wild. So this is the type of things that happen because they can connect with us. So while I'm doing this, editing this about lucid dreaming and that we're connected, well, Hawk is the Horus, the all-seeing eye, right? So they can see what we see all the time. So while I'm editing this, you can see the hawk landed there. And in my mind, I said to him, can you move so I can take a better video of you? That's what I asked him. All right. So he did. You can't hear her because it's really faint for me, but she's squawking, squawking, squawking. So they know when you're having a thought that is so connected with the truth, and there's some alignments that I'll show you, so connected with the truth, they will show up because it's a beautiful, loving energy. So why wouldn't they want to feel the love, right? Because we're talking truth and this lucid dreaming and our connection with everything, both in the day and at night. So that's why you have Horus, the all-seeing eye, on the Egyptian walls. So then he left because of the mailman. I won't get into it, but what the mailman had, there was 2 envelopes in there. It was quite the message from those 2 envelopes. It said, the hawk was choose your priorities and eliminate all distractions, was the message. So all distractions means the noise out there, and know that we're connected and look for that connection. And the more we look for the connection, the more we'll see it. What's on the Egyptian walls is experiences of us. That's not kings and queens, that's you. So when you see the Horus, the all-seeing eye, sitting on the back of one of the Egyptian shoulders, and they're both looking in the same direction, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about this connection that we have. It's happening all the time. We're just not noticing it. We're noticing it more. So at that exact time, they had the north and south node. Virgo was rising, of course, right? And look at this. And then in Scorpio, the moon was aligned to Lilith. Lilith is Medusa, Sekhmet. So I just wanted to show you that this whole thing, we're so connected. It's not even funny. It's so beautiful. So in Italian, luci means lights, plural. We really want to ensure that you understand that you are from pure love light, and you are playing in the visible light with the 7 colors. And the other senses, they're a little bit above the visible and below the visible light. So knowing this is lucid dreaming for you. Well, it's up to you to decide if you want to venture into the Akashic records during sleep. If there's lessons to be had, will be shown. So you can be brave. So no matter what you see, you can resolve it immediately. So some people will choose to go do that, or you can just wait because everything that we still need to resolve still comes to us. We're always into the Akashic record with everything that we see. It's just a new tool that you can use, this lucid dreaming. So we are constantly experiencing the Akashic record in our daily lives. This is the one reason we can be brave. Your life is a composite of your actions in this and past lives. Again, you are goddesses and gods because you are able to play with the light. Just like when you can play with this light, the water, showing the waves if you throw a pebble in the pond. So remember, your life is filled with your actions, but you can also see what others have drawn on a piece of paper. So many times people say, I dreamt of an alien, so there must be aliens. I say to them, like something that's really scary doesn't exist. Are you sure you're not tapping into images left behind by an artist? Because those are images. So yes, you can pick up in the Akashic record images left behind by people, artists that are not real. So you just know that. because everything is a wave. If he draws that, that's a vibration, it's light. So this is where we get confused on what we see in a dream. If it ain't loving, it ain't real. Doesn't look realistic, it's not real. It's somebody else's wave. So the Akashic records, the memories in the waters, holds your lessons to be learned, as well as the highest enlightenment you can possibly achieve. So the records of your pure enlightened self is there, and to tap into this, our waters must be pure. How can I say this with great confidence of this truth? Because astrology, the lights in the sky, prove that these synchronistic events happen upon alignments that we can see in the charts. So we are so divinely connected to those beautiful lights that are up there. You all heard of Dr. Emoto, right? I'll just bring this in really quick. That's where he says loving things to the water, freeze them, they become crystals, right? Then he says non-loving things and they're muddy. I shaded them out. I don't want to give trigger words. So it's proven that our vibrations, our memories are left in the waters. So he proved that your internal waters need to be filled with loving vibrations, which stem from your thoughts, actions, words, and images you let in and out, this and past lives. So they're still there, the waters remember. So law of attraction, think about it. What will you attract? If your waters are pure, guess what you will attract? More and more and more. You connect with all the animals more and more and more. Whenever you get anything that is not beautiful, you do the 5-step forgiveness process. So you will attract better visions both during the day and the night. The illusion of duality of day and night disappears as you realize that they are tethered, and the only way to resolve it is with love. So think about it. You have so many tools to achieve enlightenment, but one has to realize and understand what they are seeing. It's all guidance. You can choose just to use everyday life as your guidance, but you still have to know that it is all guidance, and not to write it off as someone else is not having a good day and decided to randomly put it in your awareness. There is no coincidences. You can, in essence, realize that people, animals, insects, they are your living tarot. When you pull a tarot card, it's guidance. When you meet people, it's guidance. We're always giving each other guidance. It's beautiful. It really is. I myself had a couple experiences with lucid dreaming. Although I don't practice it during my sleep, I do use our day-to-day reality to achieve the same effect. You can ask questions and you will receive the answers, especially with the internet. It's so many ways that get communications coming in. They come in, ask the questions, they show up. So you can ask for guidance, support from your highest enlightened being that you've ever been that awaits your tethered return. Again, just know that we need our waters to be pure in order to tune into those vibrations of that highest self we've ever been. So these vibrations are the closest to stillness, but the closer they are to stillness, the more pure love they are. So during lucid dreaming or daydreaming, when we are in the act of stillness, use images to attract what you want. Clearing your mind in meditation is only to prepare you for your daydreaming. Clearing it and leaving black doesn't do anything. You already get that beautiful sleep to recharge you. If you want peace and meditate and go stillness and black, but then do some creation, what you need. Hug somebody, ask people for forgiveness, clear the waters, and then that's how you attract. So, and if you get squirreled out of your daydreaming or night dreaming, just know it's guidance. Something's trying to tell you, something's trying to get your attention. Dreams in the Bible, just like we spoke about aliens, we have to understand what we are seeing and reading in real life. This Bible verse is slightly modified to meet with the original intent. You have to read between the lines. So Jacob's ladder, taking one of the stones there, he put it under his head and lay down to sleep. He had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth with its top reaching to heaven. The Lord, which we know means ruling goddess, said, "I am with you." So this is the divine feminine, pure love. "I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land." We're tethered to pure love, is what that's saying. When Jacob awoke from his sleep, he thought, surely the Lord, ruling goddess, is in this place. Yeah, because love is everywhere, and I was not aware of it. He was afraid and said, how amazing is this place? So he's saying exactly what we're talking about, with understanding that the dream world is part of us, and it's part of our lessons, and we're connected so beautifully with our conscious and our subconscious. So now one more out of the Bible. Genesis 41, Pharaoh's dream. In my dream, I saw 7 heads of grain, full and good, growing on a single stalk. After them, 7 other heads sprouted, withered and thin and scorched by the east wind. The thin heads of grain swallowed up the 7 good heads. I told this to the magicians, but none of them could explain it to me. 7 lights of great abundance are coming through the land of Egypt, but 7 lights of famine will follow them. Then all the abundance in Egypt will be forgotten, and the famine will ravage the land. The abundance in the land will not be remembered, because the famine that follows, it will be so severe. So you can see what they're actually talking about, the light that left us during the Piscean age, when they talk about it was really good and then it went away. The famine they speak of is a lack of love that the Piscean age brings. Now the light is cleansing the muddy waters. That's what we're in the age of Aquarius. This loving light is back. Our knowledge of this is not to resist the change. The only way to do this is to ask for forgiveness, as we are the players with the light. This is what is meant by Mary stepping on the snake, right? You'll see this throughout all the Catholic churches, where Mary is stepping on the snake with the moon at her feet. This is in a Catholic chapel near Windsor in River Canard. So what they're really talking about here is the 7 lights. It's the lights coming in and out. When we go through the Phoenix Rising, all chakras, all of them get lit up. So we're getting lit up. That is coming back. This is when it was leaving. Now we're at where it's coming back. That loving light. So if you can I'm just going to do this because I like helping clear my waters. Because I want to say this to you all with full sincerity. So please join me in saying the following. Forgive me for not being the loving man I should have always been. I thank you for your guidance. If your guidance was not loving, I forgive you so that your waters are purified. I love you. I imagine we are now always in balance, harmony, peace, tranquility, and one love. This is the only path to one love. So this is what is meant to clear your waters, because we're the one that throws a pebble in the pond. So we're responsible for it all, and our dreams and everything we meet and our experiences are all guidance to help us resolve. All right, let's conclude with this awesome song from Gary Wright from his Dreamweaver album titled Love is Alive. Thanks for sharing, Rev Cat. So this is a beautiful song, and with the lyrics.
soul's like a wheel that's turning. My love is alive. My love is alive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My love is alive. My love is alive.
Ah, that was awesome. Well, that's all we have for today.